So now that we have finished the topic outline and you've received your feedback, now it's time to move into the sentence outline. Now remember, this is just moving us one step closer to actually beginning to write. But we're using the topic outline as the extension of this. So we're just turning those single words and short phrases now into actual sentences. Okay? So the first thing I want you to do is go in and review your topic outline. Okay? Check your headers, check your spacing, check your tabs. Don't lose points for those clerical errors. Okay? Make any corrections or clarifications to your thesis based on my comments or your own continuing research. This is a great time to be certain that you know what your controlling idea is of your essay. Do you see your controlling idea in your thesis, and can you pinpoint the keyword or phrase that reveals the judgment that you are making? And that's definitely something that I was looking for in the topic outline. And if I didn't see it in the preliminary thesis statement, I definitely made a note that you need one. So add that in at this point. Make any other required changes, create the missing subletters, etc. This is also a time where you might need to continue your research. If you begin to find, I don't have enough information about this particular topic, this is the time to go back into the library, to go back into those articles and find some more information. Okay, so the first part of the sentence outline is just to review. Then we're going to create full sentences out of the existing topic words and phrases. So each letter that you have there, okay, now what you have to be really careful about in the topic sentences, remember you're looking at, if you have your topic outline next to you, which I'm going to encourage you, like right now, pause this video, take out your topic outline. If you have it right next to you, then you look at it and you see that letter, that capital letter. That has to become a sentence that includes a reference not only to the novel example, but also to the research element. Okay, remember that topic sentence kind of has to act as the guidepost as to, here's the information that I'm going to provide within this paragraph that's going to prove my controlling idea. Okay, so your topic sentence, the formula you want to follow is you mention your novel and then your research, and I'm going to be a real stickler on this. It has got to follow that pattern. You always talk about the novel before you mention the research. Okay, now when you go into your ones, this is where you've got to decide on a novel example to really support that topic sentence. So where in the book are you going to be looking for support? In this sentence, you're going to summarize, explain, set up the example that you're going to use. You want to focus on the idea that the example provides, not necessarily the quotation. Now, quotations are not necessary for the sentence outline. They are not required in any way, shape, or form. But you're eventually going to have to use a quotation, and my guess is that you've got a quote in mind when you talk about the novel example. So it might help to place a page number in parentheses following the sentence, because then that's going to help you when you go to actually write. Again, this is not a requirement of the sentence outline. You will not lose points if you don't do this. But follow the idea that if I put in a little bit of extra work right now, it's going to save me some trouble later. So it's a strong suggestion, but again, it's not a requirement. Okay, now for the research elements, again, no quotations, and really and truly, you shouldn't have direct quotations for your research. You should really just have paraphrases and summaries. You still, of course, have to have citation, because anytime you have a paraphrase, right, you have to have a citation. So you're going to go ahead and create those paraphrases, and then go ahead and give me the citation for the paraphrase. Again, we're going to work hard now to make our lives a little bit easier later on. Finally, again, make sure that all the levels are parallel in structure with one another. Make sure that they all kind of line up. You don't have to be as detailed in your parallelism as perhaps you were on your topic outline. I'm not looking for the exact same words. But I definitely think that helping to have that consistency is going to give you a stronger paper. Check and make sure that everything supports the thesis. Check all the letters, etc. The next step is the writing in the process is writing your draft. And every sophomore who has written this research paper for me will tell you that the more work that you put into your sentence outline, the easier it will be for you to write your rough draft. So don't shirk the work, okay? Don't just put this off to the side and just do the bare minimum, because you'll be kicking yourself later on. Spend some time on this, work hard on this, make it as complete and thorough as possible, and I promise that the end result will be so much better. Now, if you want to, head over to Schoology, and there are sample outlines as well as a sentence outline checklist for you to continue your work.